From 2000 to 2016, more than 300,000 Americans have died from an opioid overdose. Over 50,000 last year alone, making this the largest man-made epidemic in the history of our nation.
When we talk about opioid painkillers, we are essentially talking about heroin pills.
The drug companies are the cartel, the doctors are the pushers, the pharmacists are the suppliers.
Purdue Pharma originated the pain medicine craze.
Many patients can live a complete and normal life.
I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I hurt my back.
Through OxyContin, they were getting to be alive again.
If I could feel this way all the time, then I would be okay.
I was in heaven.
The pharma companies, if they're making products that are making lots of money, start saying to themselves, yeah, but we're really meeting a need.
The rate of addiction is much less than 1%.
And that was clearly just false.
My addiction is OxyContin.
My addiction is heroin.
Painkillers.
My addiction is to opiates.
I love heroin.
Heroin's the devil in a small package.
We have at least 2 million people in this country that are currently addicted.
When we start to see people dying who came into our system with a low backache and were dead 3 years later from an unintentional overdose of a drug given to them by their doctor.
Neonatal intensive care unit where half the babies were born dependent on drugs.
In the month of June, we turned 400 men away from our detox unit.
We've addicted a lot of people.
I couldn't get it from the doctor anymore, so I went to heroin. I couldn't score heroin, so I went to the doctor. I mean, they're interchangeable today.
I had a really bad overdose. My heart was beating 4 times a minute. I was in a coma for 4 days. At that time, I still didn't want to get help.
They came to my house and they took my kids.
We lost our son February 2013. It still hurts.
In terms of the blame for our opioid addiction epidemic, Purdue Pharma's pursuit of financial profit, the Food and Drug Administration failed to properly regulate, the failure of the medical establishment, state medical boards that failed to regulate the way in which doctors were prescribing. There's a lot of blame to go around.
And then the other problem is, how do you put the genie back in the bottle?
Pain is very important to treat. There is some process in the pain field in developing new drugs.
A non-addictive opioid would be a medication that provides pain relief, but doesn't trigger the rewarding pathways in the brain that cause addiction.
We have to markedly cut down the prescribing of opiates.
Medication-assisted treatment worked well for us.
It feels amazing to have come out on the other side, knowing that you can beat this. Sadly, we are not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, so we have to continue working.
There has been some change, but we are still losing 129 people a day to an overdose.
The medical community really forgot the first rule, which is do no harm.